I've been. Trap star. Good evening, everyone. Bad taste in my mouth. Bad taste in my mouth. A lot of people hitting me up this week with regards to the terrible loss that I ensued against Luka Buka last week. Week 10, not a good week. Took it off from making videos. I was a little upset. New mic, who's this? Got a little different headset going on, checking it out. This mic quality, I hope it's better than what we've had. This is for me to use for the League of Gentlemen, also my gaming purposes. So, Week 10 results, we're just going to go straight into it. I'm not going to have much to talk about today. I was actually thinking about just not doing videos anymore because I'm at the bottom of the barrel. But because of the content that is needed, I have people asking me all the time for it. I have to make sure that I still produce for my fans. It's tough being me. I got an X on my back regardless of the week I play. Flapjacks and halfbacks beats me 131 to 120. I am now 3-7 going into week 11. Pretty embarrassing stuff. Third highest in points scored this year. Embarrassed. Just a little embarrassed. Nothing I can do there. Double Doors Army, 124 to B Money's 113. B Money actually scored more points than I thought he would this week. And I thought Greg was still going to drop less than 100 because that's what Barry does. He pulls a curse and pulls voodoo shit on you. So I thought that was going to happen. But it didn't. El Chapo easily takes ELE. I think ELE is in last place. He will be in last place till the end of the year. I hope I'm not in last. I hope it's Dan. Dan already said he cannot do the tattoo, which is pretty unfortunate because I said I would do it if I was in last, and I would go through with it. I'm not a pussy like some people. Let's go to Trader Danny. 158 puts a big output this week against Hillary Smelly Clam that only dropped 122 points. Team Has No Name beats Tom's Loyal Disciples 134.75 to 133.05. Pretty funny. Hoyer comes in at the end of the game. Adam saying it's game over. Don't throw it to Brandon Cooks or Gronk. I mean, with a minute left, you're thinking there's no way the Patriots are going to throw that fucking ball. And they still fucking threw the ball. Brian Hoyer said, fuck it, I want some stats. Adam loses due to the fact that Brian Hoyer wanted to do more than Jimmy Garoppolo when he was here. So that was pretty funny. Brady Bunch beats RG Three-Way 104 to 94. This is probably the biggest game of AJ's life. He loses this week. He probably goes down as the worst team in league history. Luckily, AJ pulls off scrapes by against RG Three-Way. So soon, we got 3 weeks left. The playoffs will begin. I just want to go over exactly how the playoff structure works. It's 1 through 8. Each division gets the top seed, and then from there it's just straight up ranking wise. Also for ad drop going on from week 14, 15, 16. On week 14, the first week, the round of 8, the Sweet 8 is how I'd like to call them. At that point, everyone is allowed to pick up or drop players all the way until Saturday of the first week of the playoffs. I know there's games Thursdays, but we're not going to do anything about that. That week 14, first Saturday. After that, no more ads or drops. So that means the semis and the finals will be automatically the same team you have going into week 14 is the team you'll have for the semis and finals. So that means anyone that's not in the top 8, the 9, 10, 11, 12 guys, they will automatically be barred from making any pickups or drops. I'm not allowing anyone to pick up at that point because you're not in the playoffs, so you cannot add and drop because that's going to ruin the potential matchups going forward. And after that, there will be no ads or drops from week 15 and 16. So I hope you guys understand those rules. We've already gone over the way the money is being played out. We don't have to go over that again. Where we want to talk about is where we're going to have the banquet this year. Will already did the draft. We've been to my house. We've done it at Pat's parents' house. Pat, if you want to do the banquet, let me know. Kyle, anyone else out there that's willing to participate. AJ, you have a house. You could actually have the banquet as well. So please just reach out. The deadline for paying out, Conti, you know the deadlines. If I don't get paid by that day, by 12:01 a.m. of that day. So right at that time, if payment is not made, you will lose access to your account. You will be banned. You will not be here for the rest of the season or next year. You're completely barred from League of Gentlemen for life. So sit 'em, shit 'em, stupid weeks. I'm done doing that stuff. That's dumb. I want to talk straight about the league this week. I don't want to go into anything else. So week 11, we got Goodell equals Hitler versus RG three-way, the third place team versus the 11th place team. RG three-way, you're not going to win this week. I know we haven't done the power rankings. That's coming up in the next segment, so let's just relax there, guys. I know you guys are all fed up on this video already. Brady Bunch versus Double Doors Army. I still think this is the two of the worst teams in the league going at it. I know it's unfortunate that Greg and Brady Bunch are both 9th and 10th place this year right now at this time, but I think they're still going to be slacking at the end of the year. A team has no name is going to destroy Trader Danny. That's another matchup for the week 11. B-Money versus Flapjacks and Halfbacks. I think Flapjacks and Halfbacks is going to pull that one fucking right out of his ass again. El Chapo versus Hillary's Smelly Clam. El Chapo, I hope you beat this motherfucker. This asshole needs a fucking ass whooping like you read about. The kid won't pay. He won't be nice. He's just mean on the chat. He made fat jokes. You, Conti, I hope you lose. ELE versus Tom's Loyal's Disciples. You got the worst team in the league, ELE, versus saying Tom's Loyal's Disciples. I got Adam winning that game. Also, let me tell you, the next piece that I'd like to let you guys know about, there's going to be no more guests going forward. I think I'm not going to have any more guests until I win. If I win next week, I will have a guest on. I don't think we need guests anymore. I think they just take up too much time for me. Not enough exposure rights to those guests. You know what I mean. So the power rankings, this is not biased. This is probably the most realistic power rankings known to date. This power rankings, you're going to notice the trend really quickly. I think this is truly the power rankings. Regardless of standings, regardless of overall wins and losses, this is strictly about who's got the best teams out there. It's not about who's going to win the championship. This is the power rankings. Who are the best teams going into week 11? Not standings. We're just talking who would I rather play? A worse team, right? 12, 11, 10th. I don't want to be matched up against a 1, 2, or 3 on the power rankings. I want to be playing the worst team every week. So that's how we're going to do it. At the number 12 spot, it's Yelly for a record 7th week in a row. Dan hasn't climbed out of the bottom 2 in a very long time. No questions there. At points 4, he is at 1,020, which is pretty fucking embarrassing. He is just like his counterpart. Allie is actually like 0-14 in her fantasy football league. So I think they're just a match made in heaven for fantasy football and in life, which is pretty cool. At the number 11 spot, points 4, 1,045. That is Brady Bunch. That is the second best team you could be playing this week. That's who you want to play. You want to play the worst teams at the end of the season because that's when you know you're going to win and you're going to make the playoffs. At number 10, Dumbledore's Army at 1,100 points. 1,103. He is just exceeding 1,100 points. I've been doing that already for almost 2 weeks. He's just jumping onto that board, so that is why he is number 10. At number 9, we got Hillary's Smelly Clam. I think his team is still fucking trash. He doesn't pay. He should be at the bottom of the barrel, but we're going to give him the number 9 spot because, you know what, I'm still a little friendly when it comes to this crap. At number 8, we have Trader Danny. This is the week you would want to play Trader Danny. Cam is playing him. He has a couple buys. Cam and McCaffrey are not playing, so that's going to be pretty interesting. Oh, at number 7, we have El Chapo. At number 7, he's 5-5, 1,190 points. He is just hitting his mark. I think he's going to end up being one of the favorites in the championship this year. At number 6, I'm going to give it to myself. Goodell equals Hitler, 1,247 points. Boys, better understand that my team is not shitty. I just been in a bad luck. I have third most points in the league. That is not my problem, that I'm at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to standings. And that's why this week's results are the biggest weeks of my life. If I lose this week, I can kiss my chances of the playoffs goodbye. At number 5, we got Tom's Loyal Disciples. 5th team in the power rings this week. Tom's Loyal Disciples, once Aaron Rodgers left, Adam's team has not been the same. I think he still has the best 1-2 punch running back wise. You can't go Le'Veon and freaking Fournette and not expect to have a good chance of maybe pulling off a victory. It's automatic for that kid right now. I think he has the best running back core. I wish he had a better QB. Nothing we can do there. At number 4, Flapjacks and Halfbacks. 6-4, beat me last week, so you know he's going to win this week. He's going to be 7-4, no problems. We don't even have to go into that. Every time someone plays me the week after that, they always win. At number 3, we're going to have to give it... No, not number 3. Fuck, I always forget about Barry. Barry, your team is the worst in the league again. You have only 1,155 points for it. You should not be 8-2. You should be closer to 6-4, 5-5. It is unbelievable how lucky you can be. You are the number 3rd team in the power rankings. At number 2, RG 3-way is 6-4. He plays me this week. You know he's going to come out of nowhere and fucking pull off the W. That's pretty fortunate for Kyle that he's playing me, because once he wins this week, he's going to win next week. That's the rule of thumb. And then at number 1, team has no name. He stole from Dan. He stole from everyone all year. He started with a great team to start, but once you have the best team in the league and you start to trade for upgrades, but picking up other key essential pieces off the waiver wire and free agency, you are literally just stacking your deck until the end of the year. It's basically starting with $1 million in the stock market and all your friends only got $1,000. You're literally just doubling up every day on the free agent wire, and you're going to pull it off, and this is fucking bullshit. And I don't even want to talk about this anymore because my team is not going to make it to the playoffs once again, even though everyone thinks that their team's better. But in reality, if my team played every team every week, I'd be at a 750% winning percentage. I don't know how long this video has been going on, but I've been just literally rambling for... I don't even have notes today. There is literally nothing except my phone. I'm just going off my phone. That's literally what I'm going off of. This week, the Pats... Last week, the Pats beat Denver. That was pretty easy. That was an automatic win. Also, happy birthday, GB. Happy birthday, Danny Kelly. Let's say happy birthday to B Money coming up very soon. And we had a happy birthday, Kyle. This is November. All your parents are having sex around February. Ooh. That's definitely from... you guys are all definite... happy Valentine's babies. You guys were all conceived on Valentine's Day. Definitely Valentine's Day. Ask your parents. That's pretty fucking weird. Other than that, thanks again for tuning in. This week we did not have a guest. I would have called AJ, but you know he'll never pick up. Next week we're thinking about doing an eating contest. Hopefully that works out. Thanksgiving is upon us. Hopefully everyone wants to hang out. God bless, and cue the music.